What's going on, guys? It's JSGC here, and we're here for another episode of your Football Fix. So, this is a Premier League roundup if you are new around here, and basically I just go through all the results of what's happened this weekend. In the Premier League, I start off by popping up the Premier League table for you to look at as we go through each result that happened over the weekend. I'll get to what the title's on about towards the end because it is one of the last matches to happen. But first, we'll quickly get on through with all the other matches that happened this weekend. So first up, I'm going to be popping up all of the polls and score predictions if there are any. And basically, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to participate in the polls. Leave your score predictions, do all that, and you'll feature in the video. Your score prediction stuff will pop up now. So, Leicester versus Stoke. This finished 1-1, and in my opinion, it's a bad result for Leicester, who are chasing 7th place, but a great away point for Stoke down at the bottom. Each point counts when you're fighting for relegation. It really does. Same with Bournemouth 2, Newcastle 2. Massive point for Bournemouth there to be able to come from 2-0 down. Newcastle, it's a huge blow. A 2-0 lead. They're on the verge of picking up a massive 3 points and getting clear of the relegation zone instead. You know, they're sitting in a not very comfortable position, just 2 points clear of the relegation zone now. Brighton, they beat Swansea 4-1 and a fantastic result for Brighton. It sees them rise up to 12th now. And with Swansea, after doing so well over the last few weeks, getting out of the relegation zone, they're back in it again. So, you know, it's difficult for Swansea, it really is. They've got a lot of hard work to do. Home matches matter. All these teams, home matches. If you're not picking up the wins against teams that are down there at home, you're in trouble. So, you know, gives you something to go on. Burnley finished 1-1 with Southampton. Again, it's a good away point for Southampton. Burnley still can't get a win. Still somehow 7th in the league, but they're only needing a point now for safety, and obviously they'll be looking for a top half finish because it'd be a great season for Burnley if that does happen. And they'll be looking for 7th place as well. Everton, Leicester and Burnley, in my opinion, teams chasing that. Watford, if they can get a run together too, might be considered. Liverpool, they won 4-1 against West Ham. It's pretty straightforward for Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool, I think, are going to get Champions League football. They're going to finish at least 4th place, in my opinion. They're playing some wonderful football at times. They're a dark horse to win the Champions League, in my opinion. They're very attacking. They're good at pressing. The defending seems to have improved a little bit too. Conceded in this game, but still, when you're scoring 4 goals, who cares when you conceded, in my opinion. You know, Liverpool now chasing Manchester United. They've got the big derby next weekend, so, you know, a lot to look forward to. They could go as high as 2nd. That'd be a great season for Liverpool, wouldn't it? Jurgen Klopp doing bits for West Ham. They just can't get clear of the relegation zone, can they, really? West Ham sitting just 3 points clear of the relegation zone. You lose 2 matches in a row and all of a sudden you are right in the thick of it right down there. They've got to be careful, in my opinion. West Brom against Huddersfield. Remember what I said just a few minutes ago? I said that when you're at home and you're playing teams that are down there, Huddersfield are down there, they picked up a massive 3 points. West Brom, they've lost a home match, and in my opinion, now 7 points behind, 10 games to play. I'm struggling to see where West Brom are going to pick up 7 wins from in the next 10 to maybe stay up, because they all seem to be averaging around 39-40 points probably to stay up. I'm not too sure that I see it, unless they're losing home games, unless they get some kind of miracle, maybe even sack Alan Pardew maybe might be something, because you don't seem to have that much control at West Brom. The results are a downward spiralling and they're sinking without a trace. Sorry, West Brom fans, but Huddersfield, fantastic win and a much needed 3 points for them. In the evening kick-off, Watford faced Everton, and like I said, Everton lost the game. Watford, now a dark horse to maybe snatch that 7th spot. They're on a downward spiral, have managed to overturn the result, employed a new manager. Things looking good now for Watford. They've got enough about them to stay up. I said it was the right thing to do in getting rid of their manager, and at the moment, proving me right. So, you know, fair credit to Watford. It was a boring game, weren't it? I seem to remember. On to Sunday, Crystal Palace played Tottenham. It was another boring game, really. Harry Kane pops up towards the end, does what Harry Kane does and scores goals. Tottenham get a much-needed 3 points for their top 4 hopes there. Keeps Chelsea at bay, keeps them miles clear of Arsenal now, who Arsenal now have a game in hand, obviously, because they played in the League Cup final this weekend. So, a great win for Tottenham there. For Crystal Palace, again, games against teams that are around them down there, they're the ones that matter. The matches against Tottenham, you can pick up points, you can pick up wins against them teams, then, you know, that's amazing, that's fantastic. They're bonus points, really. And the last game of Sunday, you had in the Premier League, Manchester United beat Chelsea after being 1-0 down. They ended up winning 2-1. Lukaku turning up in a top 6 game for once. There you go for Manchester United. A good win. Sees them move on to 59 points. They've got Liverpool now coming up. So another big game there. If Manchester United can win that, you'd think that's more or less their top 4 confirmed near enough. I was thinking if Chelsea won this game that Man United were in danger, but because United's won now, I think they've got enough quality about them to start thinking about maybe taking the Champions League seriously as well. They've got a big match against Sevilla coming up. They have got big matches. If they can get through that, they've got a quarter-finals too to think about. So the games will come thick and fast, particularly after the international break in a couple of weeks' time. So for Manchester United, if they can get a run together, could well end up securing the top 4. And last but not least, it was Arsenal versus Man City, which was postponed in the Premier League. That plays on Thursday, so they played 27 each, whereas all the rest have played 28. So they've got a game in hand. If Arsenal can win that, then the top 4 maybe back on, maybe. They'll be looking to at least try and do something. I mean, if they lose the game, they've got literally just got the Europa League to focus on to try and get in the Champions League, because they're going to be 10 points behind, 10 games to play. You're in trouble when that's the case, in my opinion. Arsenal, I'm not sure have got the quality to be able to overturn that. If Man City lose, maybe Man United's got a sniff, possibly, if they can beat Liverpool. Have a look ahead. This is what I was on about with the title, by the way. Can Manchester United catch Manchester City? Of course it can catch Man City. Man City still haven't mathematically won the Premier League. They may well be 13 points clear of a game in hand to play. Win on Thursday, they'll go 16 points clear, 10 games to play. If that happens, they're probably not going to get caught. Man City, though, the next 6 games, listen to how difficult this is, their next 6 games. It's Arsenal away, followed by Chelsea at home, followed by Stoke away. The match with Brighton's been postponed because they've got Manchester United in the FA Cup, so I don't know when that's going to get played, so I can't put that in the list. After the international break, they've got Everton away, they've got Manchester United at home, and they've got Tottenham away. They are 6 very difficult fixtures, and if Man City end up picking up 4 or 5 points and Manchester United win all the games or win 5 of the next 6, we're talking very little points in it then. What we're talking then, if that happens, City will move on to 77. Manchester United will move on to 74. There'll be a point behind if that ends up happening. So Manchester City, they've still got a lot of hard work to do to win the Premier League. They're obviously firm favourites, and I do think Man City are going to win the league. But they could be caught, so if Man City need to pick up wins, so they've got a huge game on Thursday, huge game on Sunday, then a huge game next Monday against Stoke. If City come out of them with 9 points, that takes on to 81 points. That'll more or less seal the title, because obviously now with 10 games to play for Man United, the most points they can finish on is 89 points, which means Man City just needs 17 more points. Man United aren't going to win every single game, so they basically need 5 wins to mathematically seal the Premier League, which could come, interestingly, in the Manchester derby. Maybe even before, if Man United drop points, could come with a guard of honour at the Etihad. That's still on. So it makes things very interesting. I don't think the title's done just yet. It's very interesting to see how Man City approach the next 3 games, because they've obviously got a dead rubber against Basel. They'll be looking to win the next 3 games because they've got quarter-finals to be thinking about for the Champions League by then, and they'll want to start rotating the squad big time, particularly if they get someone extremely difficult like you'd expect in the quarter-finals, of Barcelona or a Real Madrid, PSG if they go through. They could have Juventus if they go through, Bayern Munich. Things could get very difficult. Liverpool, Manchester United. Things are getting very interesting, in my opinion. So stay tuned. There's a lot more football content coming up. There's a lot more football fixes coming up. Like I said, link to my social media, that is in the description below. You can check that out. Twitter, most importantly on this one, because you can participate in the polls, leave your score predictions, and you'll feature in this video for next week. So always worth it, in my opinion. You can also go and check out my second channel. I've just uploaded a new game of Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone walkthrough PC game, very vintage old game now. You can go check that out if you wish. Link to that's at the end of this video. You can also go and check out my brother's channel. He's a partner channel of mine. He's doing mixology drinks. It's a fantastic channel. Go and check over there. You can go and like and subscribe. There's plenty more content there. And most importantly, we're aiming for 400 subscribers over here, so we can hit that very soon. I'll be absolutely ecstatic. So if you are watching this, you're enjoying the content, subscribe. Put your notifications on. You'll be posted when I've uploading football content daily. And I'll keep you all in the loop about things that are happening with football. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Slap a like on the video if you did enjoy the video. It's been JSGC. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you all again tomorrow for daily videos. Have a nice day. Peace. Ciao for now.